Hey everyone, Mr. L here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Sentry Turret in Cold War Zombies. The Sentry Turret is available on both Outbreak and round-based via either the mystery box or at the crafting table for 100 high-grade salvage. The Sentry Turret can also be dropped by special and elite enemies in both Onslaught and Outbreak. The Sentry Turret is a passive Scorestreak and can be activated by simply placing it down anywhere, and once it's activated, it will lock on to whatever zombies are in its line of sight. So it should be able to wipe out a whole horde of zombies, right? Okay, so the Sentry Turret in Cold War is not good. I don't say that for a lot of the Scorestreaks in Cold War, but Jesus, the Sentry Turret it's not a hit.
A hit is a hit, and this, my friend, is not a hit.
Why?
Well, Mr. Multisanti, I'm glad you asked. Let's look into why the Sentry Turret isn't a hit against the zombies. The Sentry Turret, when placed, will last on the ground for a total of 35 seconds. It has a targeting laser to target the zombies, and its lock-on speed is painfully slow, which will miss some of the zombies in a crowd. So if you're thinking about using this Scorestreak for camping, please don't. This is an unreliable Scorestreak for camping because if you depend on it too much, you will literally get overrun by the zombies. Seriously though, if zombies are running past the Sentry Turret, you know, the Scorestreak that's supposed to kill anything, so nothing can get past it, you know something ain't right. So the Sentry Turret sucks for camping, but how is it for training? Well, it's good? If you want to get the full proper use out of the Sentry Turret, you have to train in front of where the Sentry Turret is placed, just so the Sentry Turret can kill some of the zombies for you. It's not going to liquidate the horde entirely. You have to use one of your base guns alongside the Sentry Turret to get the job done. Then again, your base gun is probably capable of killing a horde of zombies faster than the 100 blue salvage Scorestreak you just bought and used. So it's not great against hordes of zombies. But let's see how it does against the special and elite enemies. Megatons. It may deal some damage to the Megaton, but it ain't it. The Megaton has way too much health for the Sentry Turret to take down, not to mention the Sentry Turret doesn't even have enough time to kill both the Megaton and the Megaton bombers, so don't bother using the Scorestreak against this elite enemy. Mimics. This Scorestreak is able to lock onto the Mimic's head and kill it with no issue whatsoever. So if you see a Mimic and you have a Sentry Turret on you, use it against this enemy. Manglers. The Sentry Turret is really efficient against the Manglers. Just hope the targeting laser actually locks onto him, and hope the Mangler ain't running at you. So just be careful when using the Sentry Turret on these guys. Orda.
Come on, get the fuck out of here. Stop wasting my time.
The Krosny Soldat. Okay, so this is an elite enemy that is worth examining over with. The Krosny's big hitbox is a good benefit for the Sentry Turret because the Scorestreak will deal good damage to the Krosny. So as long as the turret's targeting laser focuses on the Krosny, it will destroy him. Just use it at your own risk. Tempai. The Sentry Turret is capable of killing a Tempest, but why would you use a Scorestreak against the Tempest? Because literally anything else can kill a Tempest quicker than the Sentry Turret, so don't bother using the Scorestreak against the Tempai. Disciples. The Disciples can get killed by the Sentry Turret, but I still advise not using the Scorestreak against them. Because of their constantly floating nature and their ability to heal themselves, it will be somewhat tricky for the turret to lock onto the Disciple. But hey, use it at your discretion. The Abomination. This is a weird one because if the Abomination keeps all three of his heads open, the Sentry Turret is capable of killing an Abomination, but this ain't guaranteed, not to mention the Abomination's bullet-resistant nature. Oh, and the Abomination could just run right past the Sentry Turret. So with that in mind, don't bother using this against the Abomination. In conclusion, the Sentry Turret is just bad. It simply cannot kill most special and elite enemies, and due to the speed of locking on other targets being slower than watching The Godfather, it's super unreliable for horde clearing. If you get a free one as a drop, then you could absolutely plop it down. Otherwise, it's the worst Scorestreak in the entire game that you should avoid. If the Sentry Turret was 50 high-grade salvage, I'd be fine with the price. But at 100? No. Just no. I find it embarrassing how the Sentry Turret is the same exact salvage price as the Flamethrower. You know, the Scorestreak that can literally wipe out anything in its path. Oh, and unlike the Sentry Turret, the Flamethrower is actually a great Scorestreak that isn't a waste of your time.
That's a hit.
Anyway, that's the Sentry Turret. Join me next time where I'll be reviewing the Artillery Strike.